So funny. Hello, hello. Good morning. So just gonna sit here and do a little jig, wait for a few people to jump on this morning. Got a few things to talk about, starting with the weather. Wow, it's so pretty. That sun is so nice. And it's so nice to see that snow kind of gone. I mean, it was really nice when it was here, but I feel it's a little nicer that it's gone. Especially when we got kind of a big event coming up next week. But I've been checking the forecast, although we're supposed to get a little moisture tonight, right? That's all right. But it's supposed to be like up close to the 50s next week. Oh, so hopefully that snow will go bye-bye and it'll be sunny and we're gonna have a gorgeous event. Good morning, Julie. So nice to have you here this morning. Elizabeth, good morning. Good morning, good morning. It is, it's a beautiful day. I had the craziest day yesterday, the longest day yesterday. You ever have one of those days where it is literally like you need some Dramamine for the roller coaster that you're on? Good morning, Cheryl. Good morning, Laura. I had a conversation in the morning with my daughter, and she is a super deep thinker and deep feeler, right? You know, she feels so passionately, and good morning, Ashley, and she was feeling so passionately about some very distressing things, you know, and it was such a hard conversation to have with her and to listen to her, because she's just kind of in this little pit, you know, and so, you know, and then I get here and we have this great manager meeting, and we went over to Jump to meet with them about our big event in August. So it's a fiber frolic, but we're kind of merging, and it's going to be a real just kind of an overall agricultural fair. So that, I think it's going to be amazing. Good morning, Tansy. It's going to be so much fun. So it was so cool to kind of walk around Jump and start making some of those plans. A little overwhelming and frightening, but it's going to be great. It's all going to come together and it's going to be great. Gosh, and then I left that, and I had to go I had so much running around to do. I don't know if any of y'all have, you know, kids where you find that you spend 80% of your time in your car. Good morning, Pat. That was me yesterday, shuffling my kid from one horse thing to another. But man, did we have the greatest conversations after that. Oh, and somewhere in the mix, a rental that I have, yeah, it doesn't have any water right now. Sounds like the pump's out. And so, I mean, it was just all day. Just phones blowing up and it's down. I was exhausted. I have to admit, I had like exactly one too many martinis last night. But it's all right. Fully functional today. We're still good. All right. So, every day, Tansy? Yeah, right? So what do you say we get started? We're going to start with what I'm wearing. Can anybody tell me what I'm wearing today? Who's got it? Laura. 4 kids here, and some days it's overwhelming. So much so. All right. Who knows what it is? It's one of my favorites. Because I love a swancho. I love a poncho. I love a sweater. And it is the best of both worlds. It's the swancho. Caitlin Hunter. It's the first swancho I knit. Actually knit it with, and I'd love to tell you what yarn it is, but I can't remember. And it was a yarn that we had a while ago. Good morning, Mary. It was a yarn that we had a while ago, and I don't know if anybody else has had that problem where they forget what the yarn was, but that happened. Thank you very much, Laura. That's all right. We have lots and lots of yarn in the store that would be great for the swan show. I don't know that I'd recommend the yarn anyway, although it's beautiful. It's so itchy. Does anybody else like get the itch, right? Beautiful switch over. Autocorrect, right? The bane. Anyhow, yeah, it's my first one to knit, but yeah, it's super itchy yarn. So it takes a while for me to wear it and kind of get used to it, and quit kind of wiggling and squirming around. But it's fun. It's a fun knit. It's a fun wear. I love it. So we got lots of yarns that will work. You don't have to be this one. What am I knitting? So I finished my hat, my mom's hat, just in time. She comes into town tomorrow, and she's got a full weekend of skiing planned. So we're gonna have her. She's gonna have her cute little hat on, and she's gonna be safe with her helmet. So I'm kind of excited about that. So I'm like, oh my God, I have nothing on my needles right now. It was such a crazy busy week, but I did manage to sit down and kind of pulled up some maybe the newer Ravelry stuff, patterns, and I found one. And at first I was like, I don't know, but I kept looking at it. I'm like, you know what? I think that this might be okay. So we're gonna try it. I'm gonna show you a picture, and I apologize if it's a terrible picture. Chadwick's gonna drop a link to the Ravelry page so you can go get a better look at it. But it's called The Night Book, and it's by Rachel Ilsley. I hope I didn't totally butcher that last name. But here it is. That's it. All right, and I got to thinking, yeah, that's a lot of color work, but you know what? It's super repetitive. And I can fall into those repetitive things, right? As long as you kind of know what, you kind of have it in your mind, what it's supposed to look like, and it makes sense, things like this can fly. And it doesn't look like I have to go more than a couple of stitches ever before I change colors. That's always where I struggle with color work, even with the Swan Show, right? If you have to go more than 5 stitches, then it kind of messes with your tension and all that stuff. And so I'm kind of excited that this hopefully is going to, I won't have to worry about tension as much. It should go pretty well. I'm gonna look at some of these comments real quick. Tracy, yeah, I think it's gonna be beautiful. Wait till you see the yarn I'm using. The Amber Wing sock pattern just launched this morning. I have to go check that out. The Amber Wing sock, write that down, Chadwick. Cheryl, so anyhow, I'm gonna tackle that project. And I thought, ooh, I want to do something, like I want some color. I want it to just pop. I want people to look at it, okay? So my base yarn is going to be this beauty. It is the Mad Tosh TML, which is Tosh Merino Light, so it's fingering weight, and it's the tweed. It's the little tweedy that we have. So I am super excited. I think that's gonna be a great color. Pink, it's my signature color. And then the contrasting color, I grabbed a beautiful tonal gray from our chicken coop trunk show. So I got a little chicken coop and a little Mad Tosh, and I am so super excited. Look at that. It's gonna be so much fun. Anyhow, hopefully next week I'll have something. I'll have it, it'll be on the needles. It's a top-down construction, which I love. I love not having to do seams. And so I should have it at least started, and we'll be into the color work so you can kind of see how it's coming along. And then I got thinking today, okay, what are some things I need? Oh, so I need this bag, right? It's a new BG bag. Look at that. I love this closure on top, and it kind of tucks down, and it's just a great little project bag. You got a little zipper on the front. And it's just kind of a cavern inside, right? It's pretty simple, but I love it. Fits those two skeins nicely. Good morning, Brenda. Good morning, Carolyn. Good morning, Tanya. Thank you for loving my Swan Show. I dropped something. I'll be right back. So I got to thinking, what am I gonna need in order to do this? I don't usually do stitch markers on these kinds of projects because I just kind of get into the rhythm of it, but I thought, man, there's a lot, right, that you're gonna have to pay attention to. So I thought I probably better make sure that I got all the stitch markers I need so I can do that. Hold on a second. Tansy wrote a long one. I am almost to the decrease in the, oh, are you talking about that sock? Yeah, I gotta check that out. Anyhow, so I thought, oh, guess what? Great time for me to pull out my Cocoa Knits. What's this called? Maker's Keeper, I think is what it's called. Little keeper. Anyhow, Maker's Keep. Very close, very close. So I got all my stitch markers so I can slide them on as I'm cruising along. I have these great little handy things. This one is by Clover. It's a yarn guide, right? So you put your yarn in there, close that up so they stay put. I'm gonna put it on this way. It's a little bit tight on my finger. So you put it on your finger like that, and it keeps your yarn from getting all tangled up. And God, I can pick so fast doing color work. when I have one of these little guys. So super handy. So if anybody's looking to do some color work, you should pick one of these up. Definitely gonna need some highlighter tape, right? You gotta see the jars. Yeah, here's some of the charting. So highlighter tape is invaluable when you're charting. So those are just a few little things that I'm going to make sure that I have when I get this project started. It's going to be beautiful. Connie, I hope so, because I don't know if anybody else has this problem when you start a project and you think, oh my God, these colors are great. And you get about halfway through the project and you're like, oh my God, I can't stand to look at the colors anymore. So I think you always kind of run the risk of running into that, but I'm excited. I think it's gonna be awesome. So anyhow, that's what I'm knitting. Moving on. So we have a new trunk show in the house today. So I'm gonna take on a little tour soon. We didn't get the Zoom set up. Dawn, the dyer, is actually moving, and so she's a little bit busy right now. Anyhow, so I am just, and I wish I had some more information. Chadwick should probably drop a link to her website if you wanted to go and find out more about her. I know it's coming out of West Virginia. We saw her stuff. I was introduced to it at TNNA quite a few years ago and just fell in love with it. It's called Fairy Tale Knits. And so everything has kind of got this, fairy tale vibe to it. It's kind of fun. She's got a couple of different, several different bases and some kits. So we're gonna go on a little tour of that. I'm gonna take a look at some comments real quick. Eek, that's a chart. Yeah, and sometimes I find that I'll take mine and I'll put them on my printer at home or my copier and blow them up so that they're bigger. I don't know if anybody else is having problems with their vision as they get older, but I find that's kind of helpful. So I'll probably do that with some of it. It makes that charting a little bit easier. Hey, good morning, Darcy. I'm so glad you're here. Ashley, that's the worst feeling. Especially having to frog and restart. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Yes, we do sell the highlighter tape, Elizabeth. Absolutely. We got a couple of different colors. What?
Links in the comments.
Links in the comments. So, all right, I'm going to pop you off the little stand here, so bear with me. And we're going to go on a little yarn tour. All right, got it switched around. Okay, so here's the table full of all of this gorgeous yarn. All of this gorgeous yarn. I'm going to kind of walk around and we're going to start you about right here. Okay. This is, let's look at it. I believe it's the Dobie sock. 80% merino, 10% cashmere, 10% nylon. I can't tell you how much I love a cashmere blend. And here is her colors are just so whimsical and fun. Lots of blues and purples. She does quite a few speckles too, which is fun. So that, and then you have Dobie sock. You're going to see it a couple of more times in here. This next one is Hippogriff Pride, which I don't even know what that's from. Does anybody know what Hippogriff Pride is from?
Harry Potter.
It's a Harry Potter thing?
Yeah.
Huh. Well, I'm clearly not the pothead I thought I was. Anyhow, so this one it's a superwash merino and nylon, 410 yards, a lovely fingering weight. She just has a couple of colors. We have 4 colors in that base. Hope I'm not moving too fast. Next, now these big bad boys here is called Excalibur, and it is a wool and silk blend. But look at that, 660 yards, tons and tons of yardage. And you can see she just has a lot of fun with her speckles on the white bases, on the white color. This one's got a little more pink in it, and then she's got a couple back here and some darker colors. So that ton of yardage on that. You could probably do a shawl with one skein pretty easy. Now we move into her mermaid hair. This is her fingering weight, so it's an alpaca blend. 500 yards on that, still pretty good yardage, especially for a fingering weight. But I don't know if you can see it very well. I don't think we can see it super great on my camera. It's got such a neat sparkle to it. You really can't. It's very iridescent. It's colorful. It's got a colorful sparkle. It's not just silver. I wish I had a better way to show you. But it definitely looks different in person. So you gotta come in and check it out. So these are all her colors. Got quite a few blue greens. Here's the nice yellow and gray. It's like almost the Pantone colors. Blues. That one's kind of fun. Reminds me of cherry blossoms. All right, and we're finishing up with this. Oh wait, and this one. I think this one might be going home with me. Yeah, Jabberwocky. Look at that. I love those reds and yellows. A little purple in there. Oh, so good. So that is it for this mermaid. There's going to be another mermaid in a DK weight coming up. So just hold your horses for that. Here's another Dobie sock. This is a high twist. And it's the Superwash Merino cashmere and nylon. So we've got your cashmere again. We got 435 yards. We've got just a few colors in this. This is another one. I think, gosh, is this the Jabberwocky thing again? No, this is different. This is Jester. But I really like it because I'm not a huge fan of pastels. And this almost like is kind of just the right mix for me in between a pastel and you know, a more vibrant solid color. So, good one.
Like it's weathered.
It's weathered. I like it. It's weathered. It's distressed. There we go. All right, what do we got here? We got Pegasus. 75% merino, 25% nylon. This is just a good workhorse fingering weight yarn. 463 yards. I think we only have just a couple of lone skeins for that, just the two colorways for the Pegasus, but she's got tons of kits. So we'll get into those in a minute. So here's some more. This is our mermaid hair DK. Again, it's the alpaca. We have 250 yards on this. Remember, it's a DK weight. And again, you just wouldn't believe the sparkle that it's got. It's so pretty and colorful, but subtle, right? It's not in your face. It just complements her colors so nicely. My comments aren't going, so I'm gonna scroll a little bit. Tansy. Let me see. Vision issues, so many aging issues. Brenda, you know it. So pretty, sorry, just gonna get through some of these. Hey, Natalia. Welcome, welcome. Ot light is great light. Ooh, I got one of those. I love it. I love it. I had to get it with a magnifying glass. Read more of the names. Okay. Yeah, because they are kind of funny. They are kind of fun. I'll do that. It kept trying to tag podcast. Not sure what that is, Tandy. Maybe conversation that I wasn't in on. Hi, Laura. Purples and blues. So many purples and blues in here. You just wouldn't even believe it. Okay. All right. So we're going to narrow in on some of the names. Okay. Well, hello, sweetie. Lake of Shining Waters. Hey, wasn't that's off of Anne of Green Gables, isn't it? I think I saw that. Merlin's Experiment 80. Curiouser and Curiouser. Very nice. All right, well, and I think that was it for the mermaid tails. We're moving into the Queen's DK now, which is nice. Nailed down. I just watched that on Netflix not too long ago. All right, so we've got, it's a DK weight. This is the Dobie, so you're looking at a cashmere blend again. We got 231 yards. What do we have here? Merlin's Experiment again. Lando, some nice blues. What does that one say? Druid Snowstorm. That's a Star Wars thing, isn't it? Druid Snowstorm? Maybe, maybe not. Revenge of the Fifth. Ice Palace. Got quite a bit of that Queen's DK. It's nice. It's in that cashmere. It's so unbelievably soft. I just love a cashmere blend. May the 4th. Pretty sure that we're looking at... These are Star Wars. Order 66. Ice Palace. Merlin Experience, calling your name, Laura. I know when that, I get that. That happens. All right, so here's some kits that she's put together. This is called the Avenger series. And it is the Pegasus. We're looking at the Pegasus, which is the 75 superwash merino, 25% nylon. It's just the workhorse fingering weight. She's got some great colors. And if I would have thought about this beforehand, I would have opened up a bag so that we weren't looking through plastic. So let me do this one-handed real quick. Here we go. Here's the Avenger. There's a beautiful lots and lots of fun colors in there. So you've got the one Pegasus skein, so it's 463 yards. And then she's got a bunch of these little mini skeins to kind of match, to go with that particular skein. So she doesn't really indicate what pattern that she would probably use for this. We looked on her website and stuff and couldn't really find anything. So does anybody have any suggestions, right? Like what pattern do you know of that you would, you got roughly 1,000 yards by the time you add all this up. Good morning, Sherry. I'm so glad you're here. So does anybody have any pattern suggestions for this? Drop it down in the comments. We'd love to hear it. The last thing we have here are these just fun little Pegasus mini sets. Again, it's just a good workhorse fingering weight, nylon merino blend, 460 yards total. She got 5 little mini skeins. So, and these are all the amazing colors. Fingering. This is all, yeah, this is all fingering. Oh, okay. Oh, what did Ashley say? There is a pattern called paint pans? Or is it paint cans? Autocorrect.
Natalia says maybe shawl with short rows.
Shawl with short rows. Okay, that one might be going home with me. Look at that. I love those light blues. Those are fun. Maybe short rows. Those kits are beautiful. They are, Tracy. So, I think there's some on the other side. So let's wander over to the other side. Good morning, Catherine. Here is a few. Ooh, this one's fun too. Look at the pinks and the little purples. So, well, that is your tour today of all the pretty, pretty yarns. We'll come around the table one more time for your viewing pleasure. But you know it, you got to come in and see it in person. It's so hard to see it, on a camera in 2D. Again, and like that little sparkle in that mermaid is amazing. So, and that you have to come in and see. All right. All right. Slipstream by Aspen Knits. Ooh, I'll have to go check that one out. Keep them coming, you guys. Keep those suggestions coming. I think those are good. We're going to have some fun ones. All right. So that's Fairy Tale Knits. Come in and check them out. They're here for the next week for sure. I'm not sure if it'll end up being 2 weeks or not. So get in here and get your yarn, right? Okay. So what is next on my list? Now we're going to go down and run through some announcements and stuff that we have coming up. Pardon me while I take a little drink. My throat's a little dry. One too many martinis. I got introduced to that dirty martini, and oh my God, I just can't get enough of them. I'm a lover of the olive. Big time. Blue cheese olives. I went to a place last night, Grant's in Meridian. They're amazing. It's this adorable little tiny thing in a strip mall, and the food is unbelievable. The cocktails are great. And went in there and I asked her, I said, do you have the blue cheese olives? And she says, no, but I can stuff some for you. I said, great, go stuff some olives and put them in a dirty martini. So good. She stuffed so many olives for me last night. Thank you, Cindy, over at Grant's. Go check it out if you guys haven't been there yet. It's a great place. Great place. All right, let's scroll down. Makes it better. Your swim high looks so much better on you than the sunny. I got to tell you, Catherine, you lost me on that. Oh, I love it. Love Grant. Oh, good. I didn't have the green beans. We didn't. But I had the chicken piccata, and it was delicious. And their house salad's pretty fun, too. It was good. And, you know, one of my biggest things on restaurants is their ranch dressing. That's kind of how I can really gauge if it's a good restaurant or not. It's like how good their ranch dressing is. And they got good ranch dressing. So, anyhow, yeah. Darn spell check, Catherine, it's the worst. It's the worst. And, you know, I fat finger things. It's unbelievable. I have to stop so many times and check and recheck. All right, so what do we got coming up? We've been talking about it for at least a month, if not more, right? The sip and share. It's happening a week from this Saturday, which means next Saturday. And it is going to be so much fun. The weather looks like I can look at a 2-week forecast and it looks good, but I don't know how much I trust it, right? But at least it's trending towards the warm, and hopefully the snow will all be nice and melted, and it should be like 50s. Oh my gosh, that would be so unbelievable. So we're hoping for it. It's going to be a fantastic event. So we got the shearer. He's going to be out there shearing the sheep, and you get to watch that. I got a guy, a gentleman from Utah coming in named Will. He's a super great guy, and he's going to teach us all about classing the yarn, right, or grading it. He's going to talk about skirting, and you might even get a chance to skirt a little bit yourself and learn more about why you're doing it and what you're looking for, and you know what you're looking for in certain fibers. Like, are these fleeces better for rugs and stuff, or maybe they're better for sweaters and garments, and he's going to talk to you all about how to kind of figure that stuff out. Talk about scouring and why you scour and what that process looks like. And then we're going to have spinners out there, and we're going to have knitters, and we're going to have crocheters, and we're going to have felters. I mean, it's just going to be just a fiber fun day, right? You got to come out. It's going to be a beautiful, enriching, lovely day, and all the while you're sipping on wine. I mean, seriously. I can't think of a better day. And my mom's going to be there. Really excited for that. I'm so excited to share that too with her. Anyhow, so we're going to have, and we'll have some food trucks out there. We're going to actually have a coffee truck and a donut thing in the morning. It's going to start at 10, run till about 3 or 4. We're even going to have some music out there, so you can just sit on the patio and enjoy the wine. I was there on Valentine's Day with my sweet friend Gina. We just kind of did a little girls' day, and we went and sat outside, dressed warm, sat outside, sipping on our wine next to a heater, and it was just so cool to just be outside. It was beautiful. So it's going to be a great day. Hope you got it on your calendar. Hope to see you out there. If you haven't yet, there's the event we have on our Facebook page. If you'd go and just hit that you're interested or that you're coming, it'd be kind of nice that we're kind of trying to gauge how many people we're looking at. So if you do that for me, I would appreciate it. But you don't have to. If you don't hit yes, you can still come. It's okay. I'm like the worst RSVPer in the world. I'll RSVP at least the day before. Yeah, that's what I do. So anyhow, Carrie Hill, Sip and Share. You got to come check us out. Oh, and Candace Van Hoot and her husband Eddie are going to be there. I don't know if you guys remember, we went on a little tour of their fiber mill, which is just down the road from the winery that we're going to be at. We went out there and took a tour of their fireball alpacas. We met all their alpacas, and we went through the mill. Actually, they were with it was the spring tangle last year, wasn't it? We had Eddie took us on a tour. It was all kind of a virtual thing. Anyhow, they're actually opening up their own little shop. They're calling it Yarnageddon. I know that was adorable. So they're going to have a little booth there. We're going to have a booth there. And Chelsea from Acid Veil is going to be out there and even showing us doing some dyeing workshops. And Natalia's doing felting workshop. I mean, there's so much. There's so much. It is going to be a great day. Kids are welcome. Bring the kids. There'll be lots of fun stuff. All right, that's enough of the Sip and Share. Moving on. So March, right around the corner. which happens to be National Crochet Month. So that's fun. I fully plan on making sure that when I'm standing here and talking to you about what I'm working on, I will have some crochet projects to talk to you about. I'm really going to make a concerted effort to hammer out a couple projects in March and work on my mad crochet skills. I remember it was delightful. Okay, so it's National Crochet Month. We've got some great crochet beginner classes online. If you're interested in trying it out, please do. Libby's a fantastic instructor, and this is a great opportunity for you to learn a new skill if you haven't, or if it has been a long time for you to do it, or since you've done it. This is a great way to kind of refresh your memory and get back into it without the many levels of frustration that occur when you're trying to do it on your own and you're using the YouTube videos. So National Crochet Month, we're going to be highlighting some different crochet designers. Yeah, just kind of shedding a huge, beautiful spotlight on that amazing craft. What else is happening? March 6th, which is the first Saturday in March, is going to be the day of the big, giant annual buyback. So what is the buyback? The buyback is an opportunity for you to go through your stash. If you haven't done so, you better put it on your calendar and get it done. If you're anything like, I'm sure there's a few of you out there that have bought some yarn and you've been sitting on it for 10 years and you're looking at it and you're thinking, what was I thinking? Why did I get this? I don't get the appeal. Bring that yarn on in on the 6th. We're going to weigh it. And for every pound that you bring in, you're going to get 5 U-Bucks to spend in the store. So you get to bring in some of the old and you leave with some of the new. So that's happening on the 6th all day long. So go through your stashes and bring it in. Oh, and then the yarn, we will actually use it in the store. We'll use it in our classes. And we donate a ton of it to organizations like Artisans for Hope. I think there was some prison programs and stuff like that. So the yarn is still, it's getting repurposed. It is going out and is becoming something. So rest assured, we will make good use of that yarn. Also happening on the 6th, that is the day that your entries for the Warmth of Fiber contest are due. That's the contest where we're doing anything from a worsted to a chunky weight yarn, 300 to 600 yards projects, and it can be anything within kind of those parameters. We have a beginner, an intermediate, and advanced in both knitting and crocheting, and we're paying out, first, second, and third, and I think it's 25, 15, and 10 U-Bucks. And so, it's a fun little thing. You're going to knit it up anyway, bring it in. You might get to leave with another skein of yarn, right? Win new skein of yarn. Not 25 U-Bucks for it. Anyway, so those are due in on the 6th. All week long, we're going to be judging. We're going to have both in-store and online. And then on the 13th, after the store closes, we're going to tally it all up. And we're going to announce the winners live on Facebook. So get your entries in, please, so we can get that set up. Forgotten Fibers is going to be our trunk show in March. Right now, that's the only one that we have, but it'll be amazing. I just love their yarns. So that's happening in March. Cindy is just in overdrive coming up with classes, and we're getting them on the schedule. So please go and check out the schedule. We're trying to get classes up on Facebook as well, so you can find them there. But go check them out. She's got, and I forgot to bring my list with me. Sorry. I know that we have some hat classes, a sock class. She's got a KAL that she's doing. Chadwick, I'm sure, has dropped a link to all of that. So please go in and click on that, go to the website and check out what we've got. Kay, that's okay if you're late. You're here, and that's all that matters. Thanks for joining us, honey. So last thing that I kind of want to touch on is that your guys' feedback is crucial, and we have not been super great about figuring out how to get that feedback from you. And so Chadwick got busy and did some research and found, is it SurveyMonkey we're using? No. Anyway, it's a program where we can email you out sort of a feedback form. You know, anytime you take a class with us, you're going to get one of those. And I can't tell you how important it is that you fill those out for us so that we know whether or not we're on the right track. You know, we know for sure that our instructors are well informed and they're doing a good job of conveying information. It's an opportunity for you to maybe give some suggestions on what you'd like to see in the store or classes that you'd like to do. And so those are just so vital for us. And I can't tell you how much I would appreciate you when you do get one, that you fill it out. We're going to actually be having them on the email as well at the bottom. So if you go down and click on that and fill it out, we would very much appreciate that. So watch for that. Email will be going out either later today or tomorrow. The fabulous Natalia puts those together for us and does such an amazing job. So funny story, I'm sitting here after all of that and I don't know what the giveaway is today. I got all the names, but I don't know what the giveaway is. Any chance you can check with Chandra and see if Fairy Tale? So, you know, it's in the details. I'm terrible with details. I was a real estate agent for a very short period of time. It was terrible. Like, I do not have the attention for detail. It's awful. I rely on Chadwick. I don't know if you guys have ever heard this or not, but I refer to him as my head squirrel wrangler because my world is just full of squirrels and I just throw a bunch of squirrels at him and walk away and he manages it. And so every now and then I just seem to miss stuff. So we're just going to kind of hang out for a second and chitty chat. Anybody got anything they want to say? Sherry says Cindy has some really wonderful classes coming. A cute vest in the KL, absolutely, and some cute slippers. Oh, good. I'm so glad, Sherry. Yeah, Catherine, right. Oh, my Lord. Oh, my Lanta. Yeah, so we're killing some time. I'm running out of things to say. Anybody have any questions? Anybody have anything they want to talk about? I can squirrel wrangle for others, but not for myself, right, Tansy? Oh, Chandra, she says, getting it now. Fantastic. Just totally missed that one. You know, trying to get ready for the sip and shear and the excitement over this, the Fiber Frolic thing that we're going to do in this summer it's overwhelming. It's a little frightening. It's bigger than anything that we've ever done, ever. And so it's, yeah, we're kind of focusing on that and missing some of the simple things, right? Oh, yeah. Hey, guess what? Guess what Chandra found? Chandra found a swag bag that was left over, I'm assuming, from the spring tangle. Oh, Julie would love a spin class. And I'm assuming you mean yarn and not the one where you sit on the bike and kill yourself. Yeah. I can do another spinning class. You mean, Catherine, you can teach it or you can go to it. Ha ha. So we have swag bag. I think this has got to be our last one. It was such an amazing swag bag too. We have a little Alexandra. She donated a whole skein. It was awesome, or contributed. And so did Hole in the Wool. And I love their yarn. It is so delicious. Ooh, Catherine, teach it. Awesome. Chandra, write that down. Looks like we got a little bit of Malabrigo here too, a little mini skein. Some books. We got a Bryson. I can't thank Bryson enough. These guys always step up and always contribute whenever we ask them to. And this is a great little kit that they put in this one. So that's our giveaway. Any new snow at the shop? Laura, not since Sunday, I think, or Monday. I think it snowed again on Monday. But yeah, no, as a matter of fact, it's looking pretty dry. There's a couple little patches here and there, and that's it. So, using a little yarn ball today. Beautiful little wooden one. Where did we get this? Is this a consignment? There's no tag on it.
No, I think that might be
that one might not be available in the store. Supposed to dump again tonight. Yeah, Tansy, I saw that, but then it's gonna warm up. So looking forward to that. Okay. There's the winner right there. See who we got. Barbara Kissy. Winner, chicken dinner. I feel like you've won maybe once or twice. I'm not sure. You keep showing up though, and I can't tell you how much we appreciate that. Pat Parker, stock class that was started last Saturday. Did you decide will be an add-on? I am not entirely sure about that. That's gonna have somebody else gonna have to answer that question. Is Cindy still watching? She was on earlier. We'll make sure that we get an answer for that. Okay. All right, Barbara, congratulations! So excited for you and a swag bag. All right, you guys. I think that's all I've got. Kind of wrapping it up. Anybody else have anything else they wanna say, talk about? Barb, yay, Barbara. LOL, it's going home with Carolyn. All right, Barbara, awesome. So stop by and pick it up in the shop. Sweet. Oh, Cindy is on. So you can answer the question that was up above, right? Okay. All right, everybody, have a super great day. Enjoy the sunshine. We're gonna lose it for a little while, but it'll be back. It'll be back. So enjoy it. Y'all stay twisted out there, and I hope to see you soon. Oh, wait a minute. What is the sweater you're wearing? Judy, it is this, not a sweater. It's not a sweater, it's a swancho. We'll get one more quick look at it.
I'll put the link in her.
It is the best of both worlds between the poncho and the swancho. It's like brunch. All right, you guys. We'll catch you next week. Take care.